We had a busy week this week with 2 days of Purim Katan, the 14th and the 15th of Adar Rishon. We spoke a lot about the lave, about the heart, and the central role that the heart has, as the Gra brought in Pirkei Avos from the Yishalmi. Hashem says, "Tu b'ni libchali, give me your hearts, lend me your hearts." Because if you give Hashem your hearts, then you give Him everything. You're totally given over to Hashem. So I just like to finish up the week with a sikum, with a summary of what is encompassed upon us as we move towards the next week. We move towards Purim, Pesach, and Shavuos, the whole process of Kabbalah Satorah, because Kabbalah Satorah is primarily, as we said, to affect the heart. The whole reason Hashem gave us the Torah was that we should be able to give our hearts over to Hashem. Every single one of the 613 mitzvahs that we have is an opportunity to give our heart over to Hashem. As the Zohar says, the word mitzvah is often mistranslated as a commandment, yeah, and it's not. The word mitzvah comes from the word savsa. Savsa means company, accompaniment. The 613 mitzvahs are a opportunity to accompany Hashem, to build a relationship with Him, and to have an accompany with Him. And the way we do that is giving our heart over Hashem. We know that there's 5 parts to the neshama that are in a person. The nefesh is in the liver, the ruach is in the heart, the neshama is in the mind, and chai yechida around the person. They're what's called makifim, around the person. The Gra says that many times in Mishlei, the Gra says the main interaction we have in this world with the Kadosh Baruch Hu is through our nefesh, with our ruach. And the ruach is our emotions and our speech. Through our emotions and our speech, we really have a interaction with the Kadosh Baruch Hu and the world, and most of the mitzvahs have to do with that area. So, just we mentioned a few: the kina, taiva, and kavod. We have a mitzvah. Many mitzvahs have to do with kavod, kivud aveim, kvod chachamim, honoring our parents, honoring chachamim, our teachers, kvod Hashem. As I stand here in the kosel, sit here actually in the kosel, in the Makom HaMikdash, special mitzvah to have fear and awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this place. Many mitzvahs we have to do with kavod. Many mitzvahs we have to do with kina, right? Kina, our relationship with people, whether it be losachman, whether not coveting, whether it be other mitzvahs that have to do with the heart and the lave, not to desire and not to have taiva, excessively, and other things. And as well, the third level is um, kina, taiva, and kavod. Taiva, right? Many mitzvahs have to do with how curbing ourselves, eating, how we eat, eating kosher, taking trumas and maestros before we eat produce in Eretz Israel. Our whole relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu is to build our hearts, and that our hearts should be connected to them, and we shouldn't be drawn after our taivas, our desires, or the need for honor, or the need to hurt other people, or to put them down and hurt other people. Our whole relationship with Hashem in this world is all about our hearts. Is all about connecting our hearts to Hashem in the best possible way, and cleaning out our hearts, as we said. Our hearts have to be cleaned out, right? I call it Purim cleaning. We started off with Purim Katan, with Tov Lev, to get a good heart. If we want to have a really good heart, we want our hearts to be cleaned out for Purim. So we should be able to fulfill the mitzvahs properly, because all the mitzvahs of Purim, Shalach Manos, Matanos Avyonim, and Psuda, right? They're all centered around this idea of Tov Lev, of our heart should be completely giving. Right? Kol Pushet Yado Noisten though. When Purim comes and anybody asks us for money and we give it, that's not just a mitzvah to carry a lot of change around in our pocket. The idea is that when the heart is totally good, it just wants to give. It's not interested in taking it all, just giving, giving, giving. This was Avram Avinu, who reached a level where he had 4 doors in his tent. His whole house was just a Rosh Hashanah. He was a Merkava. He was the chariot of Chesed in this world. That is the point. That is the point now in these 30 days that we have before Purim to prepare ourselves for the Yom Tov Purim by becoming Tov Lev, by giving. We have an opportunity to give. You have a question. Should I give someone or not give them? Be machmer. Give them. I have a question. Should I have another slice of pizza? I had two slices of pizza. Say I have a third one? Don't take it. Right? Why? Because that's taiva. Taiva is filling up our hearts. Taiva is filling up our heart with negative things. And when we fill up our heart with negative things, then we can't be tov leif. Right? The whole avodas Hashem, a person in this world, is to clean out their hearts of everything. Any negative baggage, any selfishness, any bad feelings, any push towards honor of ourselves, any push towards self gratification, any push towards hurting other people. This is a tov late. Just completely clean our heart. This is our job for the next 30 or it's now 29 days, 28 days if you live in outside of Yerushalayim, to clean out our hearts, that when we come to the end of Purim, we should be completely giving people, right? And I'll finish off with the story that I've said many times about the Sons of Rav, the Divrei Chaim, right? He had a minhag, he had a custom that he would not go to sleep at night before giving every single cent that he owned away to stucco, right? Now, this is a very, very high madrega, right? Most of us are not holding by this. Most of us have money in the bank, investments, stocks, and savings, right? And for each person has to know what madrega they're on. Is this good? Divrei Chaim was on a level we could give every single cent he owned away. And one night he couldn't fall asleep. He looked around his house until he finally found a coin. He put it in stuck a box and then went to sleep. Right? The level that we're describing here is a level of complete giving, giving everything over to Hashem and giving everything over to Klal Yisrael. It's a very high madrega, and this is the madrega that we're supposed to be heading towards as we come towards the Yontif of Purim. Hashem should give us the greatest siyata d'shmaya to improve our hearts, to clean our hearts, to work on our hearts. I call this Purim cleaning, just like Pesach cleaning is also, right? This is what I'm saying. Look in the heart and stuck and look in the cracks of your heart. After, if we've had a successful Yontif of Purim and cleaned out our hearts and become Tov Lev, then after that we'll be able to work on Pesach cleaning, which is eliminating every single iota of the Yetzer Hara, which is represented by Chametz from our personality. But until then, our job for the next month is to clean our hearts and to work on dedicating ourselves totally to Hashem. Amen.